as you can see, this is full of weeds at the moment. I have to get rid of them. Ready for the winter. I will be planting things here. I find it very hard to keep up with the garden. But in time it'll be alright. This is where I built up the wall, down here. See if I can fall down. So I built up the wall and I'm just cleaning all this out now of all the weeds. These blackcurrant bushes, once all the leaves have fallen from them, I shall take cuttings to plant out to root. I will put those probably up here to root down there. I don't know whether you can see my hand here, can you? No, you can't. Put them to root down there. This pile of soil here was over there before. I'm going to fill in this space here. So these, I will dig all of these up, they'll be gone. Draw that over and make this a flat bed across here. And then up the garden here are raspberries and gooseberries. Now I think I'm going to get rid of the gooseberries because they're just too much of a pain to harvest. But these are raspberries. I may buy new raspberries, or I may actually dig some of these up and put them in the bed over there. And then all of this area here, will be levelled off. Oops. I shall level it off. I wish I could see properly, but I can't. I shall level it off and probably put grass on it to start with, but later I want to grow things. I'm thinking of having just here, can you see my hand there? Just here, an apple tree, maybe a native Welsh species of apple. I don't know. I like Cox's apples, and I think I may have just here or hereabouts another apple, a cooking apple. I don't know about back here. These are all, there's lots of different kinds of mint just along here. So that's the plan. I've done quite a lot since I last made a video out here. The soil that I pointed to, the pile of soil, came from just here. And I'm going to level this a bit, but you'll see I've had a cat visitor here. I'm going to, this slope from the shed up to here, I'm going to pull that back so that it's not such a steep slope down. So I'll have a wide enough to be a path up here. I might be able to plant some things along here, I don't know, just along here. We'll see. This is The compost heap is doing really well. I can't undo the strings while I'm holding the camera, so I can't open it up to show you. It's only compost anyway. I can smell it from here. So that's what I'm doing now, but I have to clear all of these weeds from here. That's it. Well, the work's coming on slowly. I've taken the gooseberry bush out and might be able to hear I'm a bit out of breath, so I'm going to stop for a cup of tea now and I'll come back out in a little while. Okay, so here's another area of the garden that was once upon a time nice and neat and tidy. This is a little paved area where I could sit out and drink beer or tea whilst enjoying the sunshine, but it's become a dumping ground at the moment. As I've mentioned before, all of this rock has to be tidied away. That rusty thing there was a thing for having fires in, but of course the heat and the rain have turned it into a rust bucket that needs throwing out. Pile of branches over there, they need to be burnt. I'm going to have a bonfire. These down here are tree seedlings in pots that have got to go out. That's not a seedling in a pot. That is a little apple tree grown from a pip given to me by... The little apple tree was given to me by friends many years ago, my friend Roger in Bristol, and that's probably 15 years old now. I need to prune it. More old timber to be burnt. Back at the shed that I have videoed myself repairing this year, and down here these are walnuts that I planted this year. Well, I planted it with a friend of mine. She came to help, little Ivy, my granddaughter. She came to help, my honorary granddaughter, just to be clear. And she planted them in the soil and they've come up. She needs to see those. Oh dear. Oh, autumn's coming. Trees are browning. And the ice cream van's coming. That's better. I've forgotten to unzoom it. And that's the work I've done this afternoon up there. That's... Well, if I could see what I was supposed to be looking at, I'd be doing alright. There's no viewfinder on this, so the sun in my eyes makes it impossible to see, but I think we're looking at a walnut sapling that I planted earlier this year. Seems to be doing alright. I measured it out from the shed, just there, so that when it spreads it'll need an 8-foot branch to touch that shed. Well, with any luck, any 8-foot branches will be too high up to touch the side of the shed. Oh, and that's it for this afternoon. I can't see what I'm supposed to be looking at on this, so I don't really know what you'll see here. There's flowers in there given to me by my friend Charlie. That needs sorting out and they need planting out. And then down here, this grass needs cutting down and some of the weeds taking up, and there my little yew tree is putting up a brave defence of itself against the encroaching weeds. And this thing here, this is an offshoot from a big plant that used to be there that I've dug up, so I'm going to have to get my spade out and dig that out because I don't want it growing in the garden. It's very, very invasive. Slowly, but it is invasive. And that's it. There we are. Oh, I didn't show you the figs. Look at all of these figs. Now I'm going to have to pick a lot of these off, and of course the tree needs pruning, but it's I've had 8 figs to eat off here this year. I've got a feeling that next year, if we have another good summer, I'll have a few more than 8. And I can see down there, that's a volunteer, that tree. I didn't plant it, something else planted that. It's a hazel. There you are. That's me finished. This is creating the bank. This bank is too steep, so I've measured out, so I'm going to have a nice 45-degree slope going down there. Pile the soil up here. What I can't put here, I will put behind where you are now to fill in the gap over there. So that's my plan. Got lots of weeds. Dandelions. Alright, I'm really near the end here. It's been hard work. I've taken one barrow load out and put it over there now. I think there'll be another. You go. So I'm taking soil from here. Put it in there. I should be glad when this is finished. That's a great shame because that was a tree, but I couldn't transplant it and I want this done, so it has to go. It was a volunteer. So. Well, that's the bank done. I've got to tidy up the top first. Well, next, that bank of soil along there, rake it down so it's level with the grass and finishes the bank off. And then whatever's left over I'll load in the barrow and put on the ground next door. I'll leave this running for a bit. That's as good as it gets. That's as good as it's going to get now.